Well, look, as I've said to you many times, he wants to do well. He has a go, the kid. Of course, it's been difficult for him, but he's only young, coming to the Premier League. I've said it time and time again. He'll only get better. He wants to achieve things. So when they've got a good appetite like he has, then you know they're going to be okay. So of course, he scores a goal, but we've been working on getting him in that area in the box. I mean, something like 68% of goals are scored there, and we've got 2 of them in there today with Allan and him. So very, very pleased.
Chris Wolf.
Hi, Steve. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Steve, did today feel like a big win? I mean, I'm sure you won't say that you're safe yet, but did it feel like a big moment given, obviously, the break?
Well, after the restart, and whatever, we're all gone before us, then of course the one thing you want to do is get off to a good start. And we've left over that week. You know, we had a big week 106 days ago by beating West Brom and then going to Southampton and turning them over, and then again today. So especially after we've changed in the system, I think that's pleased me more than anything. The timing couldn't have been better, which was very important, because before that I didn't think we were ready. But we've got big players playing at the top end of the pitch, and as we've seen today, they can be a big threat. And it suited us. It suited us to change. So all well and good. It's nice. It's been a nice start.
Sky Sports.
Hey Steve, good to see you. How disappointing was it not to have fans in the stadium today for one of the?
It could only happen. My staff's just said it could only happen to me that we have a 3-0 win. There's nobody here to see it, you know. But I'm sure around their homes and where they're tuning in, and they'll be tuning in somewhere, that they'll have a tin of beer and celebrate their team winning 3-0. It doesn't happen very often, so I'm delighted. I would love to have a full stadium. Don't get me wrong, but we'll still accept it. That's for sure.
David Coverdale, Daily Mail.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, David.
Hi, Joelinton, when he celebrated, he put the ball under his top and sucked his thumb. Has he just had a new baby?
I really don't know. No, I don't know.
Okay.
There's the truth to that. I'm not aware of a new baby. Whether it happened in the past, I'm not sure. But Lee, do you know if he's had a new baby? Lee Marshall? Come on, Lee, you're supposed to know these things. I'm not aware, David, to be brutally honest.
But I mean, on Joe, I mean, do you hope now? You know, he's got that goal. He can go on and on a run and improve.
As I've just said, he wants to do well. It's never easy being given the number 9 shirt to play for Newcastle. Never. With the history of the club and what it is, it thrives on the number 9. And a young lad like he is, to come from a different country and come from a different league, there's no doubt he's found it tough, and he found it tough today again. But thankfully, he's got a goal, and hopefully that'll make him a lot better.
Damien Spellman, PA.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Steve, you asked in the week about Allan Saint-Maximin training at home with his dog. However he was training, it seems to work for him. He looked pretty sharp.
Well, I said today, when he walked through the door, some 11 months or whatever it is ago now, he'd certainly get the supporters off the seat. Of course, they weren't here today, but certainly even in the press box, some of the stuff he does is just, it's not coachable. It's just natural ability. So whether he's dribbling around his dogs or he's dribbling around his mates, who knows? But he's just a natural footballer, the kid, who, if he keeps improving, then the limit. It's limitless of what he can achieve, because he's certainly one of the most naturally gifted footballers I've had the pleasure to work with.
Scott Wilson, Northern Echo.
Hi, Steve. Steve, you've said on a couple of times this season that you've been frustrated because the team hasn't been able to play the kind of football you like, or that you have.
I think what I said was, we tried to change at Leicester, if you remember. I know we went down to 10 men, but the one thing I detected very, very quickly was they weren't ready for change. So with the experience I would like to think I've got was, well, why do I change it? Let them be comfortable. the time come when I thought that our big players up the top end of the pitch weren't becoming a threat in the final third. They were working so hard for the team, but we weren't. We had lost that little bit of a counter attack, if you like, to play on the counter attack. I didn't think we were a big enough threat of what we've got. So, thankfully, the time was right to change, and it's proven at the moment that they're enjoying it, and certainly we're more of a threat. We scored 3 against West Brom in a good cup tie. We scored 3 against today, so things are looking up.
Martin Hardy, The Times.
Hi, how are you doing? You okay?
I'm okay, man.
When Joelinton came off and he shook his hand, and what did he say to him? And after the game and in the dressing room, the lad, what did you do for him?
Which one? Who did I say? Joelinton you talking about? Did you say?
Joelinton, when he came off.
I think we all look, Martin. When somebody wants to achieve something and wants to do well, we all want him to do well. Staff, players, everybody around. He's a really genuinely good lad, and he gives his all for the team. So once you keep doing that, and you're a team player like he is, then you're gonna get the respect of everybody. And I think we're all just delighted for him that he's managed to score a goal, and hopefully that's now 2-3 he's got over the last few weeks. Even him personally, he's probably suffered in the lockdown more than anybody. He's had no family here, no friends, holed up in an apartment somewhere. It's been really, really difficult for the kid. So I'm delighted for him because he's a really genuinely good pro, and he can only get better.
Miles Starford, Shields Gazette.
Hi, Steve. Quick turnaround now. How do you approach that, given
well,
what you put
it is. It is. So today I based the team on how physically we looked over the last 2-3 weeks. And of course, the one thing you're going to have to do, all of us, is make a few changes, whether it's this Wednesday or next Saturday or the following Wednesday, to play the amount of games we're playing in a month. We're going to have to rotate and have a little bit. So the result gives me that option. But I said on Friday, let's try and chase down Burnley if we can. And we want to try and finish as strongly as we possibly can. We've given ourselves a wonderful platform. If somebody has said with 8 games to go, we'll be 2 points behind Arsenal, I'll be saying that's not quite achievable. So bit to do still, but we're going in the right direction. And when the new thing starts and the new project starts, to get off to a win is always vital.
If there are any further questions, please use the raise hand function. We're going to go to Simon O'Rourke at Tyne Tees.
Hey, Steve. I just wondered, what was the experience like today? It's such a strange environment. What was it actually like being on the sideline and seeing the match play out with no fans there?
It was like being at a reserve game, which we've all been to, what they used to be when they were played in stadiums. But with an intensity, you think, well, hang on a minute. So mentally it's different and strange, even though what we're doing now. The whole thing's strange, but it's all of us. So we're all in unprecedented times. As I said, what helps enormously is the preparation. What we give the players looks good. They looked in really good nick, which we're pleased about. And of course, you need a result when it's like this. So that helps everybody.
Lee Ryder, Newcastle Chronicle.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Lee.
Just wondering, you talk about the physical side of the players. You talk about the physical side of the players there. I thought they looked quite comfortable compared to some of the games that I've watched over the weekend. You've obviously done a lot of things right with them.
They've worked hard. And the one thing I'm sure you'll have heard back with feedback is that, look, the one thing that we do is make sure physically they work hard, because they have to play at a certain intensity and have to cover enough mileage. And we've drummed that home since we've walked through the door here, of which we can improve on. So they've bought into it with somebody like Shelby, for example. He's one, Isaac Hayden another, Matt Ritchie. They're all physically in good condition. So the midfield area was very decent in that area. So it's they look okay, but fair play to the players, as I've said. They've worked extremely hard under difficult conditions, have come back and look okay.
Last call for raised hands, and we're going to go to Scott Wilson at the Northern Echo.
Steve, from the sidelines, we could kind of hear Matt and Jamal in particular all the way through, kind of barking out instructions. How valuable is it for you to have that type of player who, you know, just will clearly not tolerate anybody not putting it in?
And by the way, all of them 5 lads were the core of the team that won the championship, and they're still here, and they're still performing very well. It is the core in the spirit of what the club stands for at the minute. Your John Joes, your Isaacs, your Jamal, your Matt Ritchie, the goalkeeper, and Darlow, and you know, all of these lads have been here and around Newcastle now, and the club means something to them. That's why we're delighted that we've tied them up. You know, the club really does mean something to them, and when you've had the pleasure to work with them for a year now, you can understand of what they are and why they are. And of course, there's a determination about and a feistiness, and that you need that. You need that to give you that spirit.